Should you not want to be recorded, you can either exit the vehicle now or turn your camera off and say nothing, and then we won't know that you were here. All right. All right, Bunny, if you will get our slide deck up, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our first State of the District address for Rotary District 5910. It is January the 23rd, 2024 at 6:02 p.m. All right, Bunny. Like all meetings, I like to start with the vision statement. So I'll recite the vision statement and I encourage you to say it with me in your homes. Together, we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities, and in ourselves. All right. Next slide. All right. So back in April, our district made some bylaws changes at the district conference, and these were very large changes. We went from being an organization to becoming an incorporation. We put a board of directors in place and kind of just changed the way that we function in a good way, and that became effective July 1st. So I wanted to make sure everybody knew who our board of directors are. So I'm Amy Kilgore, your district governor, and I serve as the chair. District Governor-elect Leon Wilhite serves as a director on this committee. Immediate past District Governor Demetrius Harrell is a director. Past District Governor Jerry Springfield is a director. And past District Governor Betsy Robinson is a director, and she is also the vice chair as the vice governor. In our bylaws, it spells out that it is the district governor-elect, and the three most recent past district governors, if they choose to serve, and if not, then we go back one more. So, all right, there's that. And then next, I want to also make sure everybody knows who our governor line is. And so if you can, Bunny, if you will highlight those people when I say their names. So I am the current governor, and I am from the Rotary Club of League City. Next, following me will be Leon Wilhite. He'll be governor in 24-25, taking office on July the 1st from the Rotary Club of Palestine. All right, next is Dr. Charlie Gilliland. He will be district governor in 2025-2026 from the Bryan Rotary Club. Hey, Charlie. And then our most recent addition, and I'm not sure that he's on this call as of yet, is Phil Shackelford. He'll be district governor in 2026-2027, and he is from the Aggieland Rotary Club. All right. I also want to introduce to you who is going to be speaking on this call this evening. Well, not just on the call, but the people who are on this committee with us. Past District Governor Betsy Robinson is here, and she serves as the Vice Governor from the Rotary Club of League City. Immediate past, well, there's Betsy's face. Yay, hi, Betsy. Demetrius Harrell, immediate past District Governor. She is our membership chair, and she is from the Angelina Rotary Club. Welcome, Demetrius. Past District Governor Brenda Walker is our foundation chair, and she is from the Downtown Palestine Club. Our public image chair is Ms. Rebecca Maxwell from the Beaumont Rotary Club. Bunny Pratt is our training leader and also serving as our technical host for this evening from the Bryan Rotary Club. Ms. Carol Mattingly serves as our Rotary Youth Exchange Officer from the Huntsville Club. Michael Perez, who's not here, but sent us a video. He is our Rotary Youth Leadership Award Coordinator. He is also from the Beaumont Rotary Club. Next is past District Governor John Hathaway. He serves as our District Finance Chair. He is from the Rotary Club of the Woodlands. Then Sloan Shuffler from the Downtown Palestine Club serves as our District Treasurer. Ms. Sue Rightly from the Rotary Club of League City serves as our district secretary. Hi, Sue. Sue's taking minutes of the meeting this evening. And then Ms. Karen Chapman from the Lone Star E-Club of Texas serves as the AG coordinator, wrangler, Amy Keeper. Thank you. All right. Okay, so before John talks about the Finance Committee, I want to thank you all for being here. We have never really had an opportunity to give an address about what is happening within our district, and there are lots of great things, and this is a great opportunity for you to hear from each chair about what is happening within their communities, their committees, and what is happening in our district. I'm very proud of the work that's being done here. I've visited with clubs in collaborative visits. I've done board meetings with several of the clubs, trying to work through getting rest to all the rest of them. But I'm hearing about projects that are changing lives. Met some incredible youth exchange students, our RILA students, Rotarians that really have a passion for service. And so we want to be able to share all those great things. So without any further ado, the most thrilling part of our meeting is we will hear from John about what's happening in the Finance Committee. So John?
Thank you. Like Amy indicated, we do have new bylaws, and the Finance Committee, which at one time kind of served as the executive committee, but now that we have a board, we are no longer doing that. But we are one of the committees where the makeup of the committee is spelled out
in 3.5 hours.
Spelled out in the It said I was muted. Is that correct? No longer. The voting members of our committee are the district governor-elect, the immediate past district governor, the treasurer, which is selected by the DG annually, and the finance chair, which is selected annually, and then 3 at-large members that serve for 3 years. Each year, one of them is replaced. So we have the 8 voting members of the committee. Basically, we run on kind of a 3-year cycle here. Before the current Rotary year, our job is to assist the district governor-elect in preparing a budget, which then needs to be approved by the clubs. And following that, in the current Rotary year, we meet monthly. We monitor the district finances. We make sure they're approved by the district governor and submitted to the treasurer for payment. Treasurer prepares monthly statements, which we review. RILA and Youth Exchange each have their own bank accounts. They are district accounts, and they're handled during the years by the respective committees, and then they're consolidated with the finances at year end at least. And following the Rotary year, our job is to assist the treasurer and immediate past district governor in preparing the district governor funding report, which is due to RI by July 31st. We ensure that all sources and expenditures are properly recorded in a year-end financial statement, which is then reviewed by an audit committee. And finally, that's approved by the clubs in time to be submitted to RI by June 30th of the year after the year of expenditures. Next slide, please. This pie chart really doesn't show a whole lot other than the yellow and blue together are our district meetings and our out of district meetings. So they make up a vast, significant portion of the budget. So let's go ahead and go to the next. And this is a snapshot of the financial statement as of the calendar year end, December 31st. In all the bank accounts, we have almost $310,000. You'll see in there that our Youth Exchange and the RILA accounts are also shown. The budget was $161,000. it's shown there at the bottom. And to date, we've spent almost $73,000 of that. So basically, that's where we are today.
Thank you, John. And next up is our district learning facilitator, Ms. Bunny Pratt.
Hello. I have the opportunity to come and just tell you about some of the upcoming trainings that we're going to be hosting. So for those that are going to be presidents-elect in 24-25, it's almost time for Lone Star Pets. So before you go to Pets, we want to just talk about your game plan for July 1. So on February 3rd, we're going to have a pre-Pets presidential game plan review. That's going to be on Zoom. If you go to our district calendar, rotary5910.org, you can register for that. I do need you to register so I can get you the Zoom credentials for that. So we're asking all presidents-elect who will take office July 1 to participate in that review. And then on the weekend of February 26th and through that Sunday, we have Lone Star Pets, that's President-elect Training Seminar. And so that will also be the incoming leader presidents will be in DFW and learn all kinds of things, collaborate with their peers in our own district and in districts all across Texas and Oklahoma. And so remember, if you have not already signed up for that, the deadline that you can get our district to pay your registration fee is July 31st. So if you haven't already registered, please do that, and know that if you don't go to the DFW training, then you have to go to a training somewhere else because it's one of the requirements to take office of the president. Then on May 4th, we will have an all-club leadership assembly. It's going to be in Bryan, Texas. And may the 4th be with you. That is going to be a Saturday. We're going to do a 8 to 3 type of training. We'll have lunch back at the Rellis campus in Bryan. And that is meant for the new club leadership team who's taking office July 1. So that's the president-elect, any of their board or their main committee chairs, the foundation, the membership, the public image. It's a time for the rest of the people to get trained and hear about all the resources that are available through Rotary International or through our district. So that will be on May 4th. And then our training team is going to be offering a basics. We're going to do this by Zoom. We'll probably do 2 different episodes. And I want to hear from you. So we're going to do a club runner one and we're going to do My Rotary. We will probably do them at the same time. And we'll probably do maybe on a weekend, like maybe a Sunday afternoon and then maybe a weeknight, and just repeat that 2 different times. I'd like to hear, would you rather do that in the spring sometime or really maybe in June? So if you have a preference on timing of when you would like to do that, we want you to have the basics of how to use Club Runner, which is what we use at the district level. And most of our clubs also use to kind of run your club day to day. And then the My Rotary is important because for president-elects and anyone in that leadership team who's going to be inputting goals for their year, it's done through that My Rotary website. That's also where your foundation giving is tracked, is through that My Rotary website. So you need to learn some basics of that. This is open to any club member that is interested or wants to learn more. If you scan that QR code, it will download my contact, and you're welcome to call or email me, and I'll be happy to answer questions. If you're interested in being on our training team, we have Karen Chapman's on it, Jared Scoggins from Aggieland Club, and then Victoria Barnes from Spindletop are all serve on the training team. So they'll be helping as we develop content and criteria. So if you want to get involved, let me know. Otherwise, I hope you will save the dates for the upcoming trainings.
Thank you, Bunny. Next, we'll hear from our district foundation chairman, Ms. Brenda Walker.
It's not letting me pin her.
All right, let's welcome Brenda Walker.
Are we there, Bunny?
You're live, ma'am.
Okay, thanks everyone, and good evening to all of you. Our foundation committee's really been working this year to do all the good things we need to be doing with the money that we give to our foundation. I would like to recognize our team members. Bobby Chapman is our district grants chair, Hugh Summers Endowment, Rebecca Maxwell Global Scholars, Michael Lee is our Paul Harris Society, Jay Wilson Polio Plus, Jerry Springfield International Projects, and of course Governor Amy Kilgore, Governor-elect Leon Wilhite, and Governor nominee Charles Gilliland are also on our committee. We do meet monthly and discuss funding for different projects. So we've done quite a bit this year. In October, several of us attended the Zone Institute in Chicago at One Rotary Center, which is Rotary International's headquarters. And we brought home the following honors. We took second place in our zone for the number of Paul Harris Society pledges that had been completed. We received a citation for the Rotary Challenge for 2022-23, and what that is a pretty long list of different things they want us to achieve, and you have to at least meet one of the criteria in each one of those categories. So we're really proud of getting that. And then we received third place for the percent of Rotary Direct participation. So we were happy to come home with those honors. And then in February, we hosted a Foundation Donor Appreciation Luncheon at the beautiful Miramar Country Club in Bryan. Susie Howe, who's a former Rotary International Director, was our keynote speaker. And at that luncheon, we passed out the following awards, which were for 2022-23. We had 6 clubs receive the Every Rotarian Every Year Award. That's where every club achieves $100 per capita, with every Rotarian giving at least $25 to the annual fund. And we also gave Polio Plus certificates to 19 clubs. Those were ones that supported Polio Plus. We had 6 clubs receive the 100% Foundation Giving Award. That's where the club achieves $100 per capita, with every member giving a minimum of $25 to any of the Rotary funds that we support. And then the top 3 per capita clubs were Magnolia with $633, Angelina with $530, and Palestine with $376. They did really well this year with their giving. To date, we have achieved $88,951,000 in $951 in giving to the annual fund. Our benchmark is $202,700, so we're about 44% of meeting that benchmark. We will, I feel certain we'll reach that by the end of the year. For Polio Plus, year to date, $148,951. We do have 8 clubs that have not contributed so far, so we really want to encourage you, if your club has not given to polio or the annual fund, to get some money into the fund. We funded 29 district grants this year for approximately $85,000. We funded 1 global scholar, Renee Gladish. She is studying in Paris, France. And then our district designated fund, we've already committed or transferred $35,000 of our DDF or district designated fund to polio, because Rotary International asked us, each district, to give 20% of our DDF to polio each year, and we're big supporters of polio in 5910. We have a grant for $8,000 pending to train firefighters in Guadalajara. Of course, we gave $16,750 for our global scholar, Renee Gladish. we met last night and agreed to fund a peace school in Ireland, and we're going to award $10,000 for that grant as well. And then we also agreed for this coming fall to award $20,000 each to our 2 global scholars that have already been interviewed, and their applications are being reviewed at Rotary International. So if they're both approved, we'll be giving that amount. And of course, the World Funded RI matches it for their scholar year. So having said all of this, after all these are funded, we will still have about $79,000 balance in our district designated funds. So if you know of, if you'd like to do a global grant, there's money there. There's a lot to do in putting together a global grant, but if your club is interested, be sure and give me a call or let Governor Amy know, and we'll see that you get the proper training. And that's really it for me, Amy. We've done a lot this year so far.
Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate it. Next up, we will hear from our Public Image Chair, Ms. Rebecca Maxwell.
Good evening, everyone. As a reminder, I like to start off with just a recap of public image, because sometimes we hear that phrase and we're not really sure what that means. So it's important that while our clubs and our district is making a positive impact around the world, and that impact is significant, even through projects like you just heard from Brenda, we can maximize our impact by telling people who we are and what we do. And that's both at a district level, Rotary International, and at our club level. So with public image, we've worked to create a positive public image in our communities and within our clubs, so we can engage people and help them feel connected to our efforts by giving, and also inspire them to give more of their time, energy, and resources to Rotary through our clubs, district, and elsewhere. So this doesn't happen by accident. Some of the things we've done so far this year is with District Governor Amy's help, we have set up, she has set up a email for newsletter content specifically. So it's easy for some content to get lost if it's going to a variety of people. So this email address, D5910newsletter@gmail.com, which I will also drop in the chat. That is an email address you can use as a club to send any content you wish to be included on future newsletters. That way it's going to one place, and we can pass that email along to people in the future and have all of our content kind of organized a little bit better. We also have provided all clubs their correct Rotary logo. So if you're doing activities as a club, it's important for people to know who your club is and have your correct logo on any marketing materials. I'll drop the Google Drive, which was sent via email to all club presidents. And if your club has a public image chair designated in Club Runner, they should have also received this email that has the Google Drive link with multiple versions of your club logo. So you can have the blue and gold that you see at the bottom left-hand side of the PowerPoint, as well as a white version and a black version, so you have multiple options. I've also conducted a few club trainings for Rotary branding to help clubs who had specific questions in relation to the Rotary brand. So if your club has questions and you want some one-on-one time to discuss how your club is using logos or things, whether it's on your website, newsletter, social media, etc., I'd be happy to schedule a one-on-one training with you and your club leadership. Some things we are looking forward to for the spring. I'm working on formalizing a public image district team, and thank you to those who have submitted recommendations for that team. We are also planning to have a branding webinar on March 4th. That's a Monday via Zoom. That's for anybody within the district to attend, to help break down some of those questions, again, related to either the logo or other Rotary International specific branding and why it's used in a particular way. And for our president-elects, as you're going to PETS next month and starting to make your goals, it's important that you have a public image chair identified for the next Rotary year. So if you aren't sure what that means, or you're curious about anything related to public image, I'm here to help. I'm also going to drop in the chat after I get done talking a Learning Center course for public image. So if you're a president or president-elect and you're curious about what the best person is to maybe put in that role for next year, I'm going to give you some suggestions through the Learning Center of courses you can take so you understand more about public image, but you can also share with your public image chair for next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. And next we will hear from immediate past district governor and our membership chair, Ms. Demetris.
Thank you, Governor. For all of those who are unaware of our district membership committee, it's the first year that we have increased the number of members for the district. And we have, of course, Mark Bush, who is focused on public image of membership, not as a chair, but just a member of our team. If you remember, he did do several things for our district in last year. Then we have Hannah, who focuses on visioning, Sissy, who is a past president of the Galveston Club and helps with training, Chris McBride with club editing for information regarding membership, and Ruth is our DEI chair for the district and a part of the membership team. Next slide. Of course, we know for us to be able to continue the sustainability and retaining members is extremely important. As our district continues to focus on the initiatives, we want to grow, gain, and generate the same consensus. And last year, of course, in Evanston, we also received the membership certificate, a certification indicating that we had met all of the objectives set by zone. The committee has worked collectively during our monthly meetings to address specific initiatives that focus around memberships of each club and with the individual club membership chairs. We also have followed up on leads and seen growth through the analytics that we are keeping and converting those leads into members, developing initiatives to support membership and club growth, and also new club development. As you know, I wanted to finish that slide. I know we are on a time schedule. And so new club development, we are still working on a cost-based club, and we also are waiting for the certification of the newest club that will be out of Rusk, Texas. And so that is wonderful to know that we have done some work there, and really much of that due to Richard Rutledge and the continuation as assistant governor. We also have hosted our first visioning training this year, and we had more than 26 new facilitators. And we've worked on those initiatives to continue an Olympic with zone initiatives and participating in the membership drive. Next slide. Just a picture of our visioning facilitators. Next slide. And then, of course, we are now doing a membership competition, and we are calling it Stepping Out. I am actually out of the country working on a Rotary project, but I just had the zone meeting of membership, and we are hoping that we are a part of that competition. And so that is to see during the Rotary birthday how many of us can go out and take a charge in walking, challenging to step with membership. And step up is to encourage other people, even guests, to participate and hopefully convert to membership. Next slide. Throughout our district, all of our clubs have really looked at how we can enhance our clubs to look more like our community. And if we'll go to our next slide, we see that through the growth and the continuation of how Rotary has made a difference through the work and initiatives of sustaining the club members that we have and broadening the scope of practice in diversity. Next slide. So here are some of the things that we are already working on is a Olympic and how we are doing in our membership reports. And if we go to our next one, while it is going to be very tiny for you to see, I will send this out to all of the different membership chairs of all the clubs. But this is indication of growth throughout our district with very few clubs that are right there on the line. And I see a significant opportunity for us this year to not only excel, but achieve the goals that we have set with a net growth for the very first time in our district in the past 5 years. So this is where we are right now. And again, we encourage all of our clubs to join forces in retaining our membership. It's great to grow with new, but we want to also hold on to the ones we have. So we'll be meeting in our next meetings of roundtables and zone webinars. That concludes the report.
Thank you, Demetris. Next, we'll hear from our Youth Exchange Chairman, Ms. Carol Mattingly.
Okay, what we're looking for right now are host clubs for the 24-25 year. When we send students out, we must receive students. And so many of you today received an email with the club commitment forms, the president and president-elects. If you didn't get it today, you'll get it tomorrow. I didn't get to everyone. Anyway, some of you, lots of people have hosted. Maybe this is the time for your club to step up and host again. Next slide. For applicants for next year, we have 9 students and the parents were interviewed this past Saturday, 7 interviewed to go out school year next year, and 2 interviewed for this summer exchange. Next slide. Also on Saturday, we had the first orientation for our long-term students, parents, and students were there. And our Rotary Youth Exchange Committee is a very active, busy group, and 8 Rotarians were there that worked. We were there from about 8:30 in the morning till after about 4 o'clock. And we had 5 Rotecs, as you remember, are students who have gone out before in exchange and are back helping us. It was a busy day. Next slide. So who is out right now? We have 2 students out right now. One is sponsored by the Rotary Club of Galveston, and she is in Germany. And another girl is sponsored by the Rotary Club of the Woodlands, and she is in France. They both are having a good year. We get monthly reports and things are going well. I like to explain sponsor because some people think money means when you say sponsor. Clubs, if they send someone out, no, the club does not pay for the student at all. The family of the student pays. And there are also scholarships available for students who need help with the money. Next slide. And right now in our district, we do have 7 students from the countries listed there: France, Germany, Spain, and Taiwan. And our Rotary clubs that are hosting, we're always proud of our host clubs: Bryan, College Station, Galveston, Huntsville, Nacogdoches, Palestine, and Texas City. These students are also having an excellent year. They're almost, more than halfway through, which usually means they're going, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to go home in 4 or 5 months and I won't be ready. Next slide. So if you have questions on any of these, please contact me, or somebody in your club has more questions. And remember, we are looking for host clubs now. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Next, we will see a video from, hold on, I gotta let Rebecca in, from Michael Perez, and he is our RILA Rotary Youth Leadership Awards chairman. And so let's go ahead and let that video roll.
Hey everyone, Michael Perez here, your District 5910 RILA chair. We had a great weekend at RILA this year. From January 5th through the 7th, we had 248 participants from across the district. So thank you to all the clubs that sent students. We also had nearly 100 volunteers, which is what makes RILA possible. Most of those were Rotarians, but we also had a few Rotarian spouses. We had Rotaract students. We had some RILA alumni that came back and volunteered from previous years. We even had 2 or 3 high school counselors. So we have a great group of people that make RILA possible every year, put in a lot of hard work. Most importantly, our students learned a lot and everyone stayed safe. in 2021, we did not have RILA due to COVID, and the following year, 2022, we limited participation to less than 150 students to be able to do the proper spacing and distancing necessary. But over the last 2 years, we've been basically growing back up to where we were before. So in 2023, last year, we had 224 participants. And like I said, this year, we're up to 248. So we're very happy with the way we're bouncing back. 280 to 285 were probably our normal average pre-COVID. So I expect we should get back to those numbers over the next 2 or 3 years. Finances remain our biggest challenge, not only because of inflation and the growing costs of supplies and the facility we rent, but also because we're just constantly trying to make RILA better. And of course, we have a good number of measures we've taken over the last few years to mitigate our risk and liability. I'm real happy with those developments. But that does mean that we do have to look at how we make RILA viable for the future. So 2 years ago, we raised our fee for the clubs from $175 to $200 per participant. And we stated at the time that our goal was to raise that fee eventually up to $225, which is where we feel like we need to be to make RILA sustainable. So we will be implementing that next year. So for RILA for the 2024-2025 year, that will be the fee, $225 per student. So we want to know that we want clubs to know that so that they can prepare. One of the ways that we keep costs down is several clubs help us out with food, whether it's donating supplies or cutting a check or even coming to camp and preparing food. So I want to thank the following clubs especially who contributed in that way this year. That would be in alphabetical order. That's Beaumont, Bridge City, Orangefield, Livingston, Lufkin, Palestine, and Woodville. Hopefully I didn't leave anyone out. I want to especially thank those clubs for your contribution. If your club would like to find out how you can participate in any ways above and beyond sending the students that you send, we'd love to have more volunteers, love to have help with food or supplies. If you want any information on how to do that, just reach out to me or our district governor-elect, and we'll be happy to get that information to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael,
Hey, everyone.
and thank
Michael
you to the RILA committee. Okay, so hope that you have learned about what's been happening in our district. Some additional things I wanted to share with you. We have seen growth this year in our district. As of January 11th, the last report that we ran, we had 2,039 members, which is a net growth of 18 members since we ended on June the 30th, 2023. So thank you guys for sharing your love of Rotary with others and embracing new members in our clubs. We now have 6 active Rotaract clubs in our district, of which 3 are community-based and 3 are college-based. They are dues-paying Rotarians to Rotary International. And so we're excited to have these young adults share the spirit of service with us. We have over 20 Interact clubs. I feel like every week I'm signing a new charter for another Interact club. So we're inspiring high school age students that want to share in what we do. Some of them were at RILA. Some of them didn't know what Interact was, but will go back from RILA and ask about it in their communities and start clubs there if they're not already engaged. And as Demetra said, we're very excited. We have a new baby. Our baby is the Thomas Jefferson Rusk Club. They are in the process of just awaiting their approved charter from Rotary International. But this is 34 individuals that wanted to form a new club in the Rusk community. And so we're very thrilled to have them, and they will be joining us at PETS. And so if you meet them, please welcome that new president, Miss Bridget Tosh, because this is a huge accomplishment in this little small community. Other things that I just kind of wanted to share with you that are kind of some business related things. Rotary International is ever evolving. And so just like we have a board of directors in our district, we have a board of trustees and a board of directors within Rotary International, and those individuals are elected by the general membership. There are some changes that will be happening in Rotary over the next few years, of which Leon is the final class that will have a theme. This year's theme is to create hope in the world. Leon's is the magic of Rotary, and in the next few weeks or so, we'll have Leon share the magic that he heard at International Assembly around that theme. Rotary is moving to this very goal-oriented, data-driven, strategic type of planning in the work that we do. They want our work to be measurable and still inspiring. So look for more information to come over the next few weeks and few months about how that expectation comes down from Rotary International about goal setting and being actively working to achieve those goals. We'll see some changes in some language that is used in Rotary. The first one that you saw this evening is just talking about a learning facilitator versus a district trainer, which is the role that Bunny serves in. So this past year, we saw that shift, and that will funnel down through lots of things. So this year, at the end of February, the 29th through March the 3rd, our incoming class of presidents will attend President-elect Training Seminar. However, the individuals that will be attending that training or a similar training the year Charlie is the governor in 2025, 2026, it will bear a new name. It will be President-elect Learning Seminar. So no longer pets, now we're going to Pels. And you'll see that also there's no longer a governor-elect training seminar. They're calling it the GELS, Governor-elect Learning Seminar. And so you just kind of see some of those little changes and nuances. But, you know, we're always growing. The Rotary of today is not the same organization that I joined 12 years ago. It's not the same one that you joined maybe even last week, because again, we're always changing, but in a good way, looking to see how we can always do better and improve. And just to close, I'm very grateful for each and every one of you, the work that you do, your donations to the foundation, your donations to your own communities, because this is how we change lives, through one small project or even giant ones. And so continue to do that and continue to inspire others, invite them to join your clubs. And if you don't have a club that meets your needs, let's form a new one. Demetrius is happy to help you do that, and she's got a whole team that's willing to work to do those things. If those of you have questions and things for this evening, if you'll put them in the chat, we're going to record all the questions in the chat, and then we'll be able to respond to them in writing to everybody. But that is all that I have for you guys this evening. I appreciate your time, and we will see you again in the future. Thank you.